everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So I talked about a few weeks ago kind of sharing my work planner situation. For those of you that don't know, I work in human resources. I am an HR generalist, and I put a lot of emphasis on paper when I plan out my days and just schedule meetings and things like that. While I do use things like Outlook and other, things like that on my computer, they're just not ideal for me. I am a paper planner person at heart. So let's talk about what I've been using, what I'm thinking of using, and what I ultimately ended up with to work with my work planner. So for the entire year of 2022, I did use this Day Designer from Target. I mean, this is like truly the best thing ever. 20 bucks. It's a daily planner. I can't show you a single page inside of here. I tried looking through the pages to see what I could show you, and I simply cannot. As you know, or as you may not know, working in HR means keeping things very confidential, and I'm just not willing to risk my career to show you guys the inside of my planner. I do have something else that I will show you, so hold tight. I'm not going to completely gatekeep. So like I said, this is the planner that I used for the entirety of 2022. In fact, it is the only planner that I stuck with for the entire year, and this bad boy held up the entire freaking time. It was truly my workhorse. So going into 2023, my thought process was to downsize in a way. I had this cloth and paper planner along with a cloth and paper notebook, and I thought this is going to be the perfect combination for what I need. It is a week on 2 pages layout situation here. It's lined. It's very simple, straightforward, to the point. Now, when I got to the monthly view, this is immediately where I ran into problems. It is simply because of the layout that they have switched to for 2023. I don't know if this is a permanent layout or a layout that is specific to this spiral bound planner from Cloth and Paper, but the actual boxes for the month view are entirely too small for the needs that I have. It may not look like I have much on here right now, but it's simply because I was trying to refrain from putting too much information on here for the purpose of this video. So in my month view, I will typically put our paid holidays, our paydays, when payroll is due, any sort of new hire, terminations, resignations, all of those things are tracked at a very high level view here in my monthly view. That simply would not all fit with the size of these boxes right here. Now there's a good deal of note space at the bottom, but that's not really how I need the real estate set up for my planner. So that's just important to note. Then when we got to the week view, I quickly realized, again, you're not going to see a lot on here because I had to remove any information that had employee information on it. I truly was very, very comfortable in a daily view. So switching to a week view, even with a notebook, just did not work for me, unfortunately. So where I'm at right now is this is not coming with me in 2023 for my work planner. I really wanted this to work, but if you know anything about me and have followed me for any amount of time on this channel, I am a huge advocate for not staying in a planner because you purchased it, and when it's not working, you feel like you're stuck in that planner. You could always sell it, you could always donate it, you could always gift it to a friend who might find better use, but definitely don't stay in something for an entire year. That's a very long time. That is truly not working for you. So that's what I did. And I took my butt back to Target and I bought the same exact planner that I used in 2022, and that is what I'm going to use for 2023 for work. I am going to keep, though, the cloth and paper notebook. I feel like that will be essential for meetings and things like that. This has got a really pretty grid page. It's undated, which I love, but I can definitely use this for any additional notes that I might need to take. And the paper is really nice. And what's kind of cool about this notebook, which you kind of can't tell from just looking at it, is that it does fold over on itself, which is awesome. I don't know what that means for the cover, since it is like a thicker paper cover. Will it hold up the whole year? I don't know. I don't need this to be perfect. I just need it to be a functional notebook for work. So this smaller size in a notebook size from Cloth and Paper, yes, this is coming with me. So let's move the 2022 planner out of the way now that we know this is what we'll be using for work. So again, this is the daily, monthly planning calendar from Day Designer that you can pick up at Target. It is still available. So what I've done is there are usually like a few extra pages in the front here that have like extra months and things like that. I took those out. In fact, this page is already glued. I believe it comes with like November and October and some additional like stuff behind the story situation here. I ripped it out. I was like, I don't need that in my life. I just need the year at a glance. And what I will do is mark our holidays and paydays on here so that I have it at a glance with me. I really just love the simplicity of this specific daily planner from Target for Day Designer, because I know you know this as well as I do. Some of those planners come with a lot of extra design on the pages, and I can't handle that for work. So again, I really tried to like not write too much in here before this video. So here again is where I will write things like when my quarterly review is, when there's payroll, when there's a payday. There's some additional things that I need to add on here as soon as I'm done filming this, but it's also a lined monthly view, and I feel like lined monthly views do not get enough props. They just do not. I need a lined monthly view in every planner. It makes it so much more functional for me and easier to write in. So I really, really love that about this planner. This is also a 7x9 planner, by the way, so it's not the huge 8.5 by 11 letter size, but it's also not this smaller A5 size. Okay, so after the monthly view, you immediately get into the daily pages. I will normally like strike through any days that are a holiday. Also, I do not work on the weekends, so I can cross that one out as well. And this is typically how my days will look. So I do write the schedule on the left-hand side, since that's what's provided for you, as well as prioritize any tasks at the top and then make a list of tasks of things that I need to get done throughout the week. So this was really a day that I truly did use within the planner. And so this is what a typical day will look like. I love that it does come with a ruler. That is awesome. But I will take whatever is in my Outlook and write it on here, and then like just kind of cross out if things change, things like that. Try to use a lot of initials in here. That way no one can really identify who it is that I'm actually writing about in my planner. But sometimes I do have to write out names, which is why I don't share my planner like on social media or anything like that. And as far as like bleed through goes, I'm not very like picky about what pens I use in my work planner, but the paper isn't like super thick or anything groundbreaking like that. This is very much like, let's just write down all the tasks that we need to write down for work and keep it moving. You do get the entire year, like the entire year in this book right here, which I think is absolutely great for the size. And to kind of give you an idea of the size difference, this is actually it is a little bit bigger than 7x9. This is my Moxie Life, which has the month, weeks, and goal setting in there. And this is just monthly and daily, so you can kind of get a view of that. So this one is definitely a little bit taller than 7x9, but I think maybe it's a 8x10, but not exactly like the 8.5 by 11 planner. So I think the profile of it makes it easy to sit on the desk at work. Obviously easy to fold over because the paper is thinner. It's not an issue with the wire O binding. While it's not my favorite binding, it's the most commercially used binding because it's just super easy to put planners together for companies. When you get towards the back of the planner, there are not a huge number of notes pages, but the fact that they even included notes pages to begin with is pretty awesome. So there's like, I believe like 10 notes pages back here. They are lined, but there are notes pages back here. So they definitely get kudos for that. One of the things that I also love is that they do include the holidays for the current year and then the upcoming year as well. And then of course in the back it just has their little branding situation. Now this planner doesn't have a pocket in the back. It has this frosted cover situation, so that's how the cover ends up looking. I also didn't have a pen loop, so I just took one of my Moxie Life pen loops and attached it to the back cover so that this way I can always just have my pen with me if I need to. Typically I do take my planner back and forth with me to work here. I'm just trying to get to the pen loop. And so I definitely want to have a way to keep whatever pen or even a highlighter that I'm currently using and have that with me. And it just works out perfectly. You can get pen loops from anywhere. I just happen to have an extra one from Moxie Life, but I really do like it. And I do wish more planners came with pen loops attached, but I get it if it's not their thing to add it on there. But yeah. So this is going to be my current work system for 2023. You know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's what I really needed to learn. Doesn't hurt to try new things, but I immediately knew that it was a no for me and I just needed to go back to what works. So I will be staying in the Day Designer for 2023 for work. If you have any questions about any of the items that I mentioned in today's video, definitely ask down in the comments. If you use a planner for work, I would love to hear what it is that you use. I know a lot of us rely on digital systems, which is great. I love kind of having a paper planner as a companion to my work systems. It's just how my brain works. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.